Howdy folks, hope you all had a good one and welcome back to Pacific Drive. We're back in the deep zone, not looking for anything particular, just mapping out the back roads. We found a stabilizer here in the red spires, and if you're wondering why the car's damaged and my health is not good, getting here was a bit of a chore. And there are extreme conditions in this section of the deep zone. Light ambient radiation everywhere, which isn't good. Concussive blasts, which basically means explosions, and there's lots of explosions in the deep zone. They do a lot more damage. And swift storms, which means that when things start going pear-shaped, they go pear-shaped very, very quickly. My mission objective is still find the anomaly barricade, although I'm not really in any rush to get that done. I'm still farming resources and mapping out deep zone junctions. I'm going to repair the car before I go any further, because the journey here, because remember, until you unlock a specific upgrade where you can travel along the highways, which makes getting around a lot easier, to get to the deep zone you have to drive through multiple outer zone junctions and then multiple mid zone junctions, and yeah, it's unlikely that you're ever going to get this far without taking some damage to the vehicle. Now, according to the GPS, there is an exit from this junction further into the deep zone, but there's also a junction stabilizer. So let's check that out. Keeping an eye open for any resources on the way, of course. And, you know, any hazards, because they tend to be... Things have a habit of going very bad very quickly here in the deep zone. Looks like there's a radiation hazard or something, possibly. Yeah, that's a radiation hazard. But it's not on the road, so it's easily avoided. Well, unless it starts spreading, which they have a habit of doing. Place the marker there to indicate what I think is a junction stabilizer. Keep my eye open for any corrupted anchors as well. I've actually managed to accumulate enough energy getting here. I mean, that's 7.2 energy collected there, so I can open an exit portal anytime I want. But it would be nice to pick up some corrupted energy while I'm here. So I think we're going to go around this way. The radiation hazard over there. It looks like it's the way I'm going, which is, yeah, I'm just going to have to drive through this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Looks like there's an abductor up ahead. Yeah, and that's a devil grinder on the left-hand side of the road. At least I think it's a devil grinder. Remember, there's a couple of anomalies that I haven't encountered yet that I do need to scan in order to unlock certain upgrades. I know I need to find a radiant dredge, and I have no idea what that is, and a blacksmith, and I've got no idea what that is. Yeah, that is a devil grinder. And there's a bubblegum buddy up ahead as well. I'm not a fan of an abductor and a bubblegum buddy right next to a hazard like a devil grinder, because I guarantee they will grab me and drag me right into it. So I've lost sight of the bubblegum buddy, and it looks like, yeah, the abductor's on the other side of the road. So I should be safe to bypass this hazard. Hang on, why is my door open? What the hell? Has this car just developed another... No, the door just shut. I don't know what happened there. Let's go before we attract some attention from anything nasty. Look at the devil grinder. Do not drive over those things. They do a metric arse ton of damage. Okay, it looks like this is the turn. More radiation, but, well, it's low-level damage. It's not like driving over a devil grinder or a can opener. Those things do a lot of damage very, very quickly. So it looks like I missed the turn. What I think is the junction stabilizer is up the hill here. So I'm looking for a slightly less punishing incline. I mean, if I had the all-terrain tyres or the off-road tyres, I could have pulled off the road ahead and just powered straight up the hill, but they tend to not last very long in the deep zone. So I'm using the puncture-proof tyres, which are all right, but they don't have the same traction. So rather than risk damaging the car or getting stuck, I'm just taking the easier route up here to what I'm hoping is a junction restabilizer. It certainly looks like one. There's a bunch of trailers up here as well. Probably worth investigating. Get some chemicals, gas cartridges, things like that. Ah, the zone's closing in. Shit. I'm going to need to move. Right, it looks like we're leaving. Fortunately... Did you see that? Something just fell off the... Yeah, that steel panel just fell off the stabilizer and hit the car. I hope it didn't do any damage. Yeah, it looks like we're getting out of here. See how quickly the zone's closing in? That's the swift storm for you. Now that started right before I hit the stabilizer. Now hitting the stabilizer does immediately open an exit portal. So you've got two choices. There is a zone exit right up to the north, but I'm pretty sure that is now way too far away for me to get to safely with the speed this zone's closing in. So your option is to just cut the trip short and head straight for the exit portal. Oh, left, rights everywhere. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. No. Oh. Okay, that... I know that actually couldn't have been much worse. Now, if your car flips, you do have an option. There's an emergency teleporter. You just need to find a safe spot without an obstruction, and you can teleport the car. Don't know what happened there. Oh, great. Just as I teleported it back in, it got hit by a couple of dust bunnies. Wow, this thing is closing in really fast. Oh no, 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 caught by a bubblegum buddy. Oh, and the abductor's going to grab me as well. No, I don't need this right now. Come on, give me a break. Oh, hang on a minute. There's an anchor there. Is it worth... There's another one there as well. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm going to grab it. This might not be the smartest idea I ever had, because the zone is now fully closed in, and there's a lot of radiation out there. Which is going to get worse the second I grab this corrupted anchor energy. Holy shit! I've never been in an area with this much radiation. That is basically now off the charts. It's going to be worth it though. It's corrupted energy. Now I just need to get the hell out of here. You actually get an achievement, by the way, for exiting a zone after it has completely closed in, but before it kills you. So, you know, that's a thing, I suppose. I'm just going to have to drive over this. So I need to get out of here right the hell now. And we're going to live. Man, I hope that corrupted energy was worth it.
Did you drive into a storm?
Maybe.
Do you enjoy feeling your bones separated from your body?
It wasn't that bad. It was that bad. Right. Actually, I think I got off quite lightly there. The car didn't take that much damage. And neither did I. And we did get some corrupted energy. It's only 2, but hey, it's some. Incoming message on the fax machine. Right, let's see what we can unlock. So we've got 6 stable, 10.9 unstable, and now 4.3. Ooh, a junction restabilizer. Oh, that is That's what we want. I mean, it's good, but it also leads to the junction bypass, and that thing is best in slot. That's the thing I was talking about, the upgrade that allows you to basically skip outer and mid-zone, well, any zones, and just travel along the highways to get to where you go, and it saves you so much time. You can do a limb-chipped engine as well, but I'm not sure I want it. I mean, it's 304 horsepower. It's an absurdly powerful engine, but you only get 9 miles per gallon out of it. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be the junction restabilizer. So what this thing does is it basically allows you to re-roll junction conditions. If you don't like the look of the route that you have plotted because it's taking you through zones that have extreme conditions or zones that have low resources, then you can just re-roll the zone conditions until you get something you like. You're limited by the amount of scanner charges that you have though, and at the moment I only have 3. So I could, for example, pick one destination, then if I don't like the conditions in that one destination, I'll still have another 2 scanner charges to attempt to keep re-rolling the junction conditions until I get something that I actually kind of like. More importantly though, installing this junction restabilizer has now unlocked access to the junction bypass, and the junction bypass is really, really good. The question is, do I have the materials for it? Well, let's go and find out. Still got plenty of energy. Oh, it's saying the junction bypass is no longer available. Well, that's a real blow to morale. Great. Mobile workbench. That would be really useful, although I don't have the materials for it. It basically gives you a workbench in the back of the car that's every bit as good as the advanced workbench in the garage. It's a real bummer about that junction bypass though. Oh well. Actually, hang on a minute. I just had a thought. Because it only shows you things that are available with what you have. But all I need to make the junction bypass available is a single circuit board. And I can make circuit boards, or at least, well, theoretically I can. Do I have the materials for it? Oh, I do. Hell yes I do. And I only need one. Oh, now you're talking. Let's go, boys. Junction bypass. Oh, we are so having this. This thing is amazing. Because the thing is, at the start of the game and right through the mid-game, because you have to drive through every single junction on the way to where it is that you want to be, you do tend to pick up a lot of outer zone and mid-zone materials. But at this stage of the game, I don't really need any more outer zone and mid-zone materials, so having to drive through those zones just to get to the inner zone, I mean, it can take an hour just to get to your destination, unless you've got the junction bypass. And unlike the junction restabilizer, it doesn't actually cost you any scanner charges. You simply plot the destination that you want to go to, and if there are highways along that route, you will stick to the highways rather than going through the back roads of every single zone on the way. So useful, particularly if the zones that you would have to drive through along the way are subject to extreme conditions. You just bypass them completely. It's a fantastic upgrade. You know what? It's probably easier just to show you rather than sit here describing it. So, let's take a trip. We have a route plotted. We're heading into the deep zone. Now, watch what happens when we get the junction exit, which is coming up right about now. So, that's our plotted destination. Now, you can change your destination here if you wish. So let's, for example, you see, highways, all the way up to junction B1. It'll take us 6 hours to get there. And it's highways all the way. So what does a highway transit look like? Good question, glad you asked. Highway 5F. We're still in the outer zone, so I'm not expecting too much in the way of hazards. But these highways, it's basically just one road. From one end of the zone to the other. From the entrance to the exit. It's that simple. The only real downside of this is you don't get a huge amount of resources on highways. I mean, it's not that you don't get any at all, but you don't get a lot. If you're driving through a mid-zone highway, for example, you might see a wrecked car by the side of the road that's been turned into a salamander grotto that you can harvest marsh eggs from. And there's a building there I could stop and check out, but this is an outer zone highway. So that's kind of the point. You're not using the junction bypass to take the highways because you're looking for resources. You're doing it to get to where you need to be a lot faster. So that's the trade-off. And I think the only things I really need from the outer zones are stable energy, and I only need that for generating hints at the Tinker Station to tell me exactly what's wrong with the car, what quirks it's picked up. So I'm completely happy to forego farming even more outer zone resources because I just don't need them anymore. I can still use a couple of mid-zone resources. Marsh eggs and tree candy are still kind of useful. I slammed the brakes on there. I thought that was a wriggling wreck in the road ahead. Yeah, the highways are not 100% hazard-free. There are a lot less hazards on the highway, but there are still some. The tunnel entrance that I drove through was covered with radiation, for example. You might spot an abductor or something on the roads, but generally speaking, this is a quick and safe way of getting from point A to point B. It's just not particularly resource intensive. But that's, at this stage of the game, having driven through just about every single zone that there is, that's a trade-off I am happy to take. And here's the highway exit, which I believe is going to take me straight onto the next stretch of highway, hopefully completely bypassing the mid-zone. Let's take a look. Still on a highway. We're in the mid-zone now, but it's a mid-zone highway. So just like, hello, what's that on the road? Oh no, I thought I saw something on the road ahead. Again, it's just one road from the entrance straight to the exit. I'll keep an eye open for any resources. Like there's an odd trailer there that, you know what? I might just grab this. Looks like a functional plasma generator. Plasma's always useful. Yeah. We'll take that. There's a bit of ambient radiation, but it's not that bad. Let's see if there's anything in the trailer. Oh wow, it's dark. Where's my road flares? There we go. Okay, the hazardous materials lock has been looted. That's a bit of a bugger. So, no chemicals, no gas cartridges. I could scrap the radio, I suppose, but gears, plastics. Don't really care. I've got hundreds of this stuff back in the garage. So, yeah, like I said, the highways aren't completely resource free. You just don't expect to get an awful lot, because that's not what these highways are for. Well, one thing that you absolutely will not find on a highway route is an anchor point. So you're not going to be farming any energy. And that is another potential downside, because it means when you do come off the highway and you're at your destination, you will have no anchor energy. So you'd better hope you can collect enough in your destination zone. Hello, shock tourists. We'll go around this side. So yeah, you better hope you can collect enough energy in your destination zone to be able to open an exit portal when you need to get the hell out of there. So this whole bypassing junctions isn't entirely risk-free. But getting here the old way, don't forget I'm already in the mid-zone after a 5-minute trip through an outer zone highway. That would have probably taken 30 to 40 minutes just to get to the mid-zone without using the junction bypass. And then I'd have to get through the mid-zone as well, because I'm heading to the deep zone. More shock tourists ahead. Like I said, it's not completely hazard free, but it is way, way safer driving along the highways than actually going through the back roads. Battery's looking all right. Fuel is fine. That's another thing, of course. I would have used a lot of fuel driving through the back roads. There's an abductor ahead, but I'm not seeing any other hazards. We'll wait for it to go elsewhere. Generally speaking, the biggest problem with abductors is it's not the abductors themselves, it's the hazards that they drag you into if they latch onto you. I guarantee the abductor would have taken us on a trip right through those shock tourists. But they don't actually do any damage themselves, they're just really annoying. There's another one up ahead. I'm not seeing any hazards on the left of the road, so I'll just drive across here. Ooh, wait, he's coming back, Let him go. Back on the road, and we'll bypass him. And we should, yep, there's the exit. Oh crap. No, stop it. Bugger off. Oh, these things are so annoying. I mean, he's dragging me to the exit, so I suppose it could have been a lot worse. Anyway, we made it. Now let's see where that got us. Oh man, seriously, this junction bypass is just the best thing ever. So where are we? Still in the mid-zone. Okay, there are extreme conditions. We're now actually in a zone. We've come off the highway. This was as far as the highway could take us. Extreme conditions in this zone, virulent acid. How do you pronounce that? Is it virulent or virulent? Whatever, anyway. Really, really bad acid. Acid will damage your car and also deplete your fuel. And with this particular extreme condition, it's more of the same, just a lot worse. So I'm going to need to grab some junction energy here. And because if I do need to make an exit portal, I can't, because I've got no energy. Right. Is that looks like a sap. Yeah, we'll grab some thermosap crystals from here. Because I still need those for things. Smash up the sap compressor with the hammer and then suck up the crystals. Alright. This trip is already profitable. Get some tree candy from the Twisted Ember. Looks like only one of them actually had any tree candy on it. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, this one looks good. Thank you. I don't think I actually need this mid-zone stuff for any upgrades. Not at the fabricator, but there is a outfitting station. Oh, that is a cough box. Okay, I've already scanned that. Rotten eggs, I've already scanned those. Okay. But there's an outfitting station that actually gives you personal upgrades. Expanded backpack, lead-lined aprons, for example, for radiation resistance. And there are still things that I can upgrade at the outfitting station that do still require mid-zone stuff, like thermosap crystals, tree candy, things like that. Alright, I think I've grabbed everything I can from here. Let's just take a quick look around. There's some kind of red light. There's a structure over there. What's this? Yeah, not seeing anything interesting. Another cough box over there. Oh, more tree candy. Another Twisted Ember. Yep, may as well grab it. Keep an eye on that cough box in case it starts spreading. Yeah, it is a cough box. I was just getting closer to double check that it was a cough box and not something that I haven't already come across. I'm getting my tree candy. Right, I think we're pretty much done. Let's get back to the car and continue. Oh, there's a fuel canister. I'm alright for fuel actually, it's not like I need it. I've still got the emergency tank and the reserve tank. And they're both full. So dump all that stuff, this is all good. Actually, you know what, since there is fuel just lying around here, I may as well top up the tank. And then, I mean, if it isn't going to completely top up the large fuel can, it's better in my pocket than lying in the middle of a swamp. Oh, it's full. It should be good. Hang on, where's my... There it is. Wow, really? That's what, a 25-gallon drum? A full 25-gallon drum only half filled my large fuel can. Whatever. I'm not here to argue with the physics. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, there's another junction stabilizer here. Oh, and there's a storm closing in. Okay. I'm not sure I want to mess around with the junction stabilizer though, because I don't know why they call them junction stabilizers, because when you activate them, the first thing it does is destabilize the entire zone and force an exit portal. And I don't really want to do that here. I want to continue into the... oh, look at that, baby. More thermosap crystals. This is one of the things that you can do with the junction restabilizer, by the way, because this is clearly a mid-zone junction that is rich in resources. And that's one of the things that you can re-roll back in the garage. The amount of resources available in any one particular junction. Like sometimes you'll drive through a junction and there's just nothing there. You've entered a junction that is low in resources. And you can see what the resource density is like in a junction from the route planner back in the garage. And if you have enough scanner charges spare, particularly if you're going on a resource investigating or collecting mission, just keep re-rolling the junction conditions until you get high resource availability. Gonna grab all this tree candy. Need to watch out though, this thermal vacuum. Actually, no, that's just a hand vacuum. Oh crap, this is bad. Get out of here. Yep, not good. Yeah, this thing's almost done. Remember, we've got virulent, I don't even know how to pronounce it, really bad acid in this mid-zone. I mean, the acid in the mid-zones is pretty bad anyway. But it's worse here. With these particular extreme conditions. Looks like that storm, I'm actually in it. I should actually be able to outpace it. It's like a radiation storm. It's not following me, it is. Oh no, bubblegum buddy up ahead. And a cough box right next to it. It will grab me and drag me into that cough box. Yeah, it looks like the storm is heading my way and it's scrambling the car's systems. Yeah, this is kind of bad. You know what? I think I'm just going to wait this out and let it go past. I mean, I'm not taking any damage, so I'm not really under any pressure to move from this spot. I mean, it's wreaking hell with the car's systems, but it's not actually damaging anything, so we're going to wait here and let this pass. Okay, storm's passed, hazards have cleared. Let's continue. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm not expecting there to be an awful lot in the back of this wrecked car. Rubber. Rubber's always useful. Now, if it had been an Arda Squire or an Arda Investigator truck, that would have been a different matter entirely. I need a crowbar to get into the back of this one. Yeah. Plastics. Duct tape. I mean, it's all useful stuff, but I've got, aside from rubber, which you do tend to run short of, But I did need to grab some stuff just to make a fresh scrapper. So, job done. Now, down here I've got a choice to turn left or turn right. I turn one way, it's the exit. I turn another way, there's an anchor. And I don't have any anchor energy yet because I've used the highways to get this far. Then again, I mean, I'm not exactly in any rush. The zone isn't closing in. Ooh, these tyres. Yeah. That is literally the only downside with the puncture-proof tyres. They just don't have the same grip as the off-road or all-terrain tyres. But they don't blow out and they don't go flat, so it's worth the compromise. I'm going to grab this anchor energy. Head down that way to the exit, or this way, and there is an anchor nearby. Because at the moment I can't get back to the garage. Well, I could. There is a junction restabilizer in this zone. I could activate that and that would open an exit portal for me, and I wouldn't need any of my own energy to open it. But I like having options. Get the door open and ready. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. So there's a left, right, which isn't a problem unless you're actually in a vehicle. The cough box. Acid cloud over there, that's pretty bad. Oh, a bubblegum buddy. Again, you know, the bubblegum buddy, yeah, I mean, it's not doing any harm. It's annoying, but unless you're in a vehicle... Oh, will you bugger off? Come on, sod off. You're not my real dad. I don't have to do what you say. Let's grab this end. The one thing it might do is when I rip this anchor up, it might try and grab it out of my hands and run off with it. And that would be suboptimal. Taking a little radiation damage while I'm holding the... Oh, rotten eggs everywhere. No, 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 no. No. No, no, no. Remember the extreme conditions in this zone. They haven't actually been that bad because I haven't actually run into that much in the way of acid hazards, but any acid hazards in this zone right now are particularly bad. So let's avoid those rotten eggs. And the zone is closing in, so we're now heading for the exit. Oh, God, yeah. Don't get me wrong, the puncture-proof tyres are absolutely fine on the roads. They're just not awesome off-road. Right turn, Clyde. Exit this way. And this should be the exit that takes me into the inner zone. So that was garage, outer zone, mid zone, to the inner zone in the space of about 20 minutes, as opposed to the probably hour and a half that it would have taken if I didn't have that junction bypass. Join me in the next episode where the adventure continues. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you've learned something if you're considering picking this game up and playing it for yourself. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.